All I want for Valentine's Day is big stompy mechs. Big stompy mechs. Big stompy mechs. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesday we look at toys. Specifically, we look at Warhammer toys because they're awesome. And occasionally we stumble across something that looks like General Grievous, and that's always fun. Not a lot this week, which is a surprise, but okay. I was hoping we'd start seeing some of the entrants to the big, paint contest because they're all starting about now. If you're an official Games Workshop type person, you should know the road to the Golden Demon has begun. But let's see what we got. And again, not much. Okay, so yeah, pretty much we have two stories and this. So here we go. We've got some Blood Bowl love here. This seems to be one of the things that's getting entered in the paint contest. I don't know if you can see the detail going on here, but this, I don't know what it is. Mutant has a mutant on his back, which is pretty cool. And then this other, I guess, I don't know, dude, he's got an eagle wearing a gold medal. He obviously likes eagles because he's got this ridiculous eagle helm, which actually is historically accurate. And he's the one with the ball. And then you can see there's a little flange going right down the middle of the map. And somehow the guy taking the picture picked up the reflection. So there's this blue line going down the middle. I don't know if that was intentional or accidental. But it does stand out. But this seems to be one of the things that's being entered in the paint contest too. And then we just have some information if you're interested in getting into Blood Bowl. Other than that, a lot of stuff about the books coming out. So I guess we have a lot of Black Library stuff coming out in this series. It's called the Code White Consults series. And we've got a couple books coming out for that. A whole bunch of stuff for the Black. It is all part for the 2024 Celebration. Celebrashun. Celebration. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming out for the Black Library this year. We got the pre-order starting now. And then the only real story we have going on this week is we've got some new lore for the Legion for Warhammer House Heresy funds. This is the How to the Great Slaughter Began for the Legion of Imperialists. For those Dune people out there, you're going to definitely start seeing the influence of Dune on Warhammer and the influence of Warhammer on Dune, especially since the second Dune movie first trailer popped during Super Bowl. In that sense, makes sense, right? Now, I'm not a Warhammer guy, so I never really saw the connection. But once you watch Dune and then go back and watch and look at the Warhammer stuff, you're like, yeah, there's definitely, whether intentional or accidental or just collective subconscious, there's definitely a connection of some sort with Dune. Especially with and then you look at Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon and you're like, Warhammer, Dune, Warhammer, Dune, Star Wars, Warhammer, Dune. I don't know if Snyder's a Warhammer guy, but the connection is there. And then so we have some tanks with some men in armor, two-legged mechs. Two-legged mechs don't work, guys. They're cool, they're awesome. But yeah, just look how top heavy this is. It just can't technically, unless it's got a lot of magic servos going on, the weight of this cannon would constantly make this part. And then we got this thing, this ridiculous giant mech. I love giant mechs. I mean, I love, but so I've got mixed feelings about this guy because one, I love giant mechs, but two, I don't know if he'd actually work. So yeah, we've got some House of Horus stuff coming up in the year of fantasy. A lot of good, fun, interesting looking stompy art from the community of big stompy mechs doing big stompy mech things. Give you a feel for House of Horus. And that pretty much seems to be it this week. Again, I was hoping we'd start seeing some stuff from the paint contest, but we haven't yet. There's a lot of books. So let's see what's coming out next week. Wrong one. Next week All right, next week we've got Warhammer 40K, this dude, and the variations of this dude. He is a Space Marine Captain in Terminator armor. He's got 2 different variations. We got some Space Marines coming out. I don't like this one. I think he's a medic. The rest are fine. These all look Space Marine appropriate. This guy put the little blood drippings on his. That's pretty cool. But this guy stands just bam. Is that like a power cell? I mean, he's got to be a medic. Look, or a barber. Look, he's got the little scissors here and a little pliers here, and he's got this little strobe light spotlight thing here, and he's got the little medicinal Waldos. Are they still called Waldos? Little medicinal Waldos coming out of his back with like the saw and the bone saw and the little thing, and then he's got whatever this is. I'm assuming he's carrying either more first aid stuff or a head. I've got his head, Vecna's head. We've got this dreadnought again, 2-legged mechs. I love big stompy 2-legged mechs, but I also, they don't work, right? Because the weight of the but he looks awesome. Then we've got some more Space Marines. A lot of love for the Space Marines this week. Pretty standard Space Marine looking dudes. This guy's gun looks weird. Some more Space Marine love. This is a kill team, a scout team. I've got my powered armor, but I still have time to put on my blade glasses. Yeah, because I'm cool. This guy's got a bazooka. You don't see those very often. And then we've got Space Elves, aerial blades, Adalri blades. Yeah, these are Space Elves. These guys look pretty average. Typical Space Elves. We got a new book, but we already talked about that. We got some teeny little mechs coming out for the auxiliary, little gun placements and little baby tanks and stuff like that, and little teeny dudes. Then we've got another Space Marine unit with some Space Marine cannons and stuff like that, and Space Marine missile emplacements. And we've got some the steampunk tanks. The steampunk tanks. Looking all steampunky and weird. Could use these in like a Wretched Epoch game, I guess. And then we got the classic Spartan assault tanks of just, Warhammer classic big chunky brick tanks looking all big and chunky and bricky. I'm sure that's a word. Slaughter army cards, some new books, some new tat bundles and bookmarks and stuff like that. Contests coming up. Obviously, the build up to Golden Demon again coming up. And that seems to be it in the Warhammer world this week. Interesting. Not a lot. But hey, check out your Games Workshop if you have one in your town. You probably do. They seem to be everywhere. And if you're interested in getting into this, because they're always doing beginner stuff and stuff like that. And there's so many variations of the Warcraft product line available that if you want to just, get your feet on the first step in the shallow end of the mech Warhammer miniature skirmish thing, they've got plenty of introduction games. And if you want to dive in head first to the deep end, they've got plenty of ways to impart you with your hard-earned money without you even realizing you've done it. So yeah, if you have a Games Workshop, check it out. And that's it for today. Not bad. Maybe next week we'll start seeing some paintings. See ya.